You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
What is going on around here? Is it 2022 or is it 2020? In 2022, we've got, let's see, power problems, food problems, weather problems, military problems, geopolitical problems. Oh yeah, not to forget, cerveza bug problems. Is it 2022? Weren't we supposed to be over it like any other cold or flu? Yeah, we should have been. Well, actually we are. It's just the politicians won't let us forget. Is it an American problem, a European problem? Is it a Chinese problem? No, it's everybody's problem, including yours, mine, all of us. And they're pushing it, folks. You would think that, let's see, natural immunity, herd immunity, remember that stuff? Well, apparently they have forgot it again. Remember that we have the Jim Jones juice and the boost, and it's supposed to be safe and effective? Effective? Really? Is it 2022 or is it 2020? Because I just read a headline that says Chinese citizens are starving, jumping from balconies to their deaths after weeks of cerveza zero lockdown. They proved that lockdowns didn't work last time. They proved it, folks. It had no effect. If you recall, the difference between California and Florida proved the case. Florida wasn't locked down. California, mega lockdown. And they had the same rate or lower in Florida of transmission and death. Now, the crazy part is Florida is full of very old, fossilized, retired dudes and ladies. They're the most susceptible. So one can actually make the argument that Florida proved that not locking down was better, that allowing people to interact and continue to build their immune systems is better. One could make that argument. In fact, I think many doctors have. I think many experts have. I think the Surgeon General of Florida has made that argument. Maybe the governor. Interesting, yeah, with so many old fossils, the most supposedly likely to succumb to cerveza bug and then suffer from it. You could say that Florida did much better, all things considered. But China, folks, has locked down. It's not funny, though it's comically farcical. It is a tragedy. China, folks, had no lockdowns for what, months and months, over a year. Certainly they were not locked down. They're like, no more lockdown, and the rest of the world was locked down hard. Europe, America, all over the place, especially Australia, right? Lockdown, and China's like, ha, 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 ha. They started partying it up like it was 1999, not 2020. And they've been out of that. But when it became politically and economically convenient, it's a coincidence, they have a surge in infections, cerveza bug infections surging. So they started locking down one city, then two cities, then many cities. What are corporations doing in China? I think they're discovering that they can have their factories shut down, production stopped. That means no cash flow, folks. They can just have it stopped because the Communist Chinese Party, for its designs and its machinations and its desire to control and be at the top of the world economy, to be the geopolitical boss. That's right, the geopolitical jefe, right? The big man on the block. And so they're stirring up and supporting problems in Ukraine and Russia, as much as the West is stirring up problems and just incredible stupidity in Ukraine over Russia and what's happening there. So China's going to take advantage of this, folks, shutting everything down, locking people down. And now they're going for the scare factor. People are starving in their homes. Why should they be starving? Why should they be starving? Why are they jumping to their deaths, right? And we were told in 2020, folks, that people were dying by the tens of thousands in the street. The crematoriums were putting out so much gas that it was demonstrating that they were underreporting the massive deaths that we should all be afraid of. It was fear porn off the hook. And it was all bullshit back then. And we are now supposed to be sad, scared, afraid of another false flag, political lie, fabricated stories designed to evoke pity, sadness, and fear, fear, fear for the state of China, for the state of the world, for our own situation. Yet, while I was attending some family function this weekend, I saw fewer masks than ever. I didn't see anyone dying and choking on their tongue in the street. I saw no people jumping from buildings. I saw no fear of cerveza bug. Not at all. I saw old people, young people, white people, black people, brown people. I saw Asian people. I saw everybody. And nobody, folks, believes the shit. But the mainstream media is right there pushing it. Pushing it. The governments want it. Dr. Doom, the little booster rooster, wants it, right? But for me, it's kind of like, sorry, my give a shit factor, my believe anything gland, and my entire being has had enough of this lie. Is it 2022 or is it 2020? It could be the same, the way they're starting to act, the way they're starting to tell us, right? It's always SHTF now, always. They'll do and say anything to take advantage of us. I mean, they can say, war, be afraid. And we're supposed to be fearful of that, and government protect us. And then they could say, cerveza bug, fear, be afraid. And we're supposed to say, government protect us. What do we do? And help us with Dr. Doom himself. Get him back in the room. We're so scared. We're so frightened. We're so fearful. They could say, oh my gosh, you bad, evil people. You're trying to stop all of those poor little kids who want to destroy themselves. Since when does a child, not an 18-year-old, not an adult, folks, when does a child under the age of 10, what's gotten into their heads that makes them want to destroy their bodies? They have no understanding of biology, what taking drugs would do, like transforming their body into something else that someone says is cool. But we're going to change them, right? And if you don't support it, you're an evil person. And if you do support it, they're just going to use those numbers to tell kids, see, adults think you should do this. Why don't these children look at adults and go, Daddy, why didn't you chop your pecker off? Mommy, why didn't you take testosterone and grow a beard? Why didn't you get a mastectomy and remove your breasts, which are gender identifying marks, right? Breasts are gender identifying biological things, right? You can't tell someone's gender if they don't have breasts and they don't have a penis. Everyone should cut off their penises. Everyone should, right? Why are kids asking questions like these? It shouldn't even be in their head. Yet these tranny fruitcakes, sadly, are pushing it. I saw the stories. They're all over the news pushing it. Why? Because they want there to be total SHTF chaos, societal and cultural breakdown. Is that not what is happening? Societal and cultural breakdown. The question really should be, kids, look, ask your parents why they didn't do this. Was this going on when they were growing up? Was it even a question? Was it even a concern for the last 10,000 years in humanity that we got born with the gender we have and we shouldn't want it? It is the culmination of the reality of the social paradigm and the agenda for us to question everything and think that we want the opposite of what we have. You want freedom? No, you want tyranny. That's right. You want free choice? Well, that was last week. Now we want no choice. Government tell us what to do. You want to be happy? No, we must all be angry and sad and tell everyone else how bad they are for being happy. Should you be pleased with the cultural and political and legal system you have? No, it's wrong. You should want one based on either the Nazi model or the communist model to destroy everyone and everything and kill your political opponents. Folks, is it 2022? Is it 2020? Or is it 1984? Well, I think it's 1984 and beyond. The year on the calendar is 2022, but I think 2022 wants to identify as 2020 because we've got a big election coming, folks. And they're trying to destroy America. Never in my wildest dreams would I have seen it going down exactly as it has. I thought we'd have civil war. I thought we would have world war. I thought we would have economic collapse. I didn't think we'd have a country begging for its own destruction. Well, at least the liberals are begging for it. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours? I'm going to see you tonight at the zoo, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put the link up at 5:30. You guys can join, get in an easy chair, grab a beverage, join the chat, and then we start at 6. And man, oh man, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'll see you then. Semper Fi, and Godspeed.